Okay, let's get our stealth on. Now, the last thing you want to do is be detected by some type of intrusion detection system. So you should actually try to use a stealthy port testing method with Nmap. Let me minimize this here and let's come back to our terminal environment here. Doing a simple Nmap dash scan, and what type of scan? A capital S, which is a SYN scan. And then the IP address of the target. We'll this time see what we can see on 20. Whoops, me and my fat fingers. This was the original stealth scan, but most IDS systems will pick this up. But not to worry, Nmap has been tricky in its evolution. And so we have different ways that we can scan. We can use a capital A with our lowercase s. This sends a TCP ACK. We use this to map out firewall rule sets, determine which ports are filtered, and if the firewall is stateful or not. I know you all want to see the results, so I'll hit enter. It'd probably be a little bit better if I was hitting an actual router of some sort or a firewall, but we'll see what 20 gets back to us, what OWASP gives to us. So, yep, the target is up. It shows me here that all 1,000 scanned ports are unfiltered. Things that make you go, Now, we have another option here for us. Another way to be stealthy. We can do a capital N. The capital N specifies that no flags will be raised. Now, this is not the normal state for a TCP packet, which always has at least one flag. Usually it's an ACK raised. But we utilize this to sneak through non-stateful firewalls. And yeah, I'll hit enter for you again. So you can see, again, similar results that we've seen with some of our other scans. But again, there were no flags sent. So maybe it wasn't picked up by the IDS system. There's also, you know what, let me clear this out so we don't run out of room here. I'm going to use my up arrow key here, and there's another option we can utilize, and that's a capital F. This is a FIN scan. So I'm going to send a FIN. Again, this would not work against a Windows box, but I've identified this one, or I'm pretty sure this one is a Linux-based one. I know, some of it's because I set it up that way. But if you determine that it's a Linux or Unix-based machine, this definitely will work. And this could also be used to sneak through our non-stateful firewalls. So again, this is sending a FIN to the target, and the target's going finish. We didn't even start at each of the ports, and there's our results. Let's clear this out. Got another one for you. This one is an X, capital X. Anybody want to guess what this one does? Yeah, Dale, isn't that Xmas tree? Yeah, that's right. It's going to send a combination of a FIN, a push, and an erg. So we're going to end up lighting up this packet like a Christmas tree. Again, we can use this one to gain access or sneak through a non-stateful firewall as well. And again, we're going to get that similar result back. These are just different ways that we can be a little sneaky. Okay, here's another one for us. I'm going to use a uppercase P with a lowercase n. We saw this previously. This basically skips the discovery process. It assumes that the host is online for port scans. And this option is extremely useful if the targets have their firewalls up and only offer services to unused, or unusual, I should say, ports. So in this case here, we're going to go 5 through 25 again. And you'll notice again, we get our results back here. Very similar to what we've seen before. Let's clear this out. We can also get really tricky. I'm going to do an Nmap, and I'm going to do a small s with a capital I. This is an idle scan, also known as a zombie scan. And in order to accomplish this, you would type in the IP address. Actually, I want another option here. I want to do a skip discovery, and we're going to do a scan all ports. And then we would type in the IP address of the zombie, which is a machine that we've compromised or that we're going to have act as our man in the middle. So I'm going to do 192.168.0, and we're going to say that it's coming from, 15, which is our Windows 10 box. And then you type in the target IP address, which we'll say is 192.168.0.20. By the way, this does work with DNS names as well. So, for example, if you're hitting a target up on the outside, you could say that the zombie is, I don't know, zombie.xyz.com or whatever DNS name you want to use as the zombie. And then, of course, your target, maybe that is pluralsite.com. This machine's not exposed to the outside world, so this actually wouldn't end up working. Now, you may have seen this previously when we were working with ZenMap, but we can also use a capital T for our timing, and it can be anything from a 0 to a 5. I'm not going to, that's an incorrect syntax. I'm just trying to show you anything from 0 to 5. 0 is the slowest time. This represents time to query the machine because we don't want to throw off any triggers. And of course, a 5 would be like insanely fast. In fact, Nmap references them as paranoid, sneaky, polite, normal, aggressive, insane is 5. As far as IDS systems, it's recommended that you don't go above a 1. So if you know there's an IDS system out there, don't do anything above a 1, okay? And then again, we would just type in the name of the target, 192.168.0.20. And it's going to take a little bit longer to get the results back because it's being very slow. So it mixes in with all the traffic that's on the network so the IDS system doesn't pick it up. Okay, so just to give you an idea, that scan of one system took 5 hours. So you can see where if you did this type of a scan, you'd probably want to target it to specific machines. I don't think I would do a whole subnet.